Hi, everybody, and thanks for being here. Monday, yes, we know. It is the last Monday of the month. It's the 26th day of September. We'll wrap up this month on Friday and say hello to October. And we will do so on a continued run of some beautiful, certainly fall-like weather. I mean, I think everyone is loving the conditions outside. A little on the breezy side, and we'll see that for the next 24, 48 hours. But beautiful, sunny days ahead for the majority of your 7-day. And daytime highs anywhere from, it looks as though, 62 to 70. And that's a pretty nice range. I'll be glad to pass that along to you in just a few moments. We'll have some highlights and scores from football, volleyball, a host of other news, some COVID information, and some other important things before I leave you for, again, a beautiful Monday. You know, there was a time when a lot of things happened for the first time, and certainly not as frequent as they do now. We've seen a lot of those firsts, or some of the first, if not the very first. Trying to make a segue into the report tonight about one of the first for us. I want to stress the entire Kentucky Parole Board met today, and they voted unanimously, 7-0, saying that 39-year-old now, Michael Carneal, who killed 3 of his fellow students and wounded several others at Heath High School, just outside of Paducah, as most of us will certainly never forget, when he was but a freshman and at the age of 14, will officially spend the rest of his life in prison without another opportunity to seek parole. This after serving 25 years, he was given the maximum sentence allowed for someone of that age at the time, which deemed that he will be eligible for parole in 25 years. It's come and gone. However, after a meeting last week of not the entire parole board, followed by the entire parole board meeting this morning, the decision again was unanimous. His argument, or that through his attorney, was that should he be granted parole, he would reside with his parents and continue mental health regimens as he has in prison. However, at the same time, he also told the parole board that he still heard voices to this day, and he referred to them as being similar to the ones that he heard back when he went into a neighbor's residence, stole a gun, and then, of course, fired upon a prayer circle that morning at Heath High School. On to some good news. Fema has extended their deadline to apply for federal disaster. This in the 13-county area. Of course, Magoffin County, one of those, not hit as hard as the others, many of the others, but nevertheless, as I told you on Friday, over $44,000 had been distributed from Fema to Magoffin County for some of the damages that they did see. And now FEMA has extended the application deadline until October the 28th for the survivors in Breathitt, Clay, Floyd, Knott, Lee, Leslie, Letcher, Magoffin, Martin, Owsley, Perry, Pike, and Whitley counties. FEMA assistance for individuals, this is individual assistance, affected by the floods in July, can cover rental assistance, temporary housing, home repairs, personal property losses, and other disaster-related needs not covered by your insurance. FEMA grants, and of course, do not have to be repaid. Helpline stands as it always has, 800-621-3362 or FEMA.gov. Here's some other good news for you. We knew it was coming. Now we know exactly when. We already kind of had a good idea as to where, but this is so cool. It was confirmed today from the University of Kentucky that the men's basketball team will be playing in Pikeville for their blue and white night. Saturday, October the 22nd, 6 o'clock. And, of course, all proceeds going to help with flood relief efforts at the Team Eastern Kentucky Flood donation, as well as possibly elsewhere. Ticketmaster.com is where you'll be able to find tickets. I don't know that they're on there as of yet. And also at Appalachian Wireless Arena. I'm not sure if they're available as of yet, but they will be soon, October the 22nd. The team's going to be here. They're going to spend the day in the region, I think, doing some community service before a big night of basketball for the blue and white game in Pikeville. How cool is that? I've got other headlines, which will begin right after a couple of messages.
With the power to bring us together even when we're far apart, we keep families connected. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
The reassurance of getting your medications and over-the-counter needs at Sagersville's oldest and most trusted pharmacy, the convenience of curbside pickup and call-ahead service, and the fact that you can walk in, order to go, or sit down and get gourmet quality hot fudge brownies, nachos, shakes, coffees, hot dogs with homemade sauce, desserts, and more makes it more than your hometown Good Neighbor Pharmacy. It's a destination in downtown Sagersville, Fraser's Prater Drugstore. It doesn't get any sweeter than that.
Hello, my fellow Magoffin Countyans. As we get closer to the November election, I would like for you to consider something. We have seen a drastic increase in meth, heroin, and fentanyl over the last 8 years. The direct result has been the loss of loved ones to overdose deaths, children being placed in foster care, and an increase in crime such as burglaries and thefts. Now we are seeing a trend to rainbow-colored fentanyl pills that resembles candies such as Smarties, Skittles, and M&Ms. It's obvious that this is a way for drug dealers to target our children, and that's unacceptable. Folks, we've got to have a change. We have to take our county back. With nearly 34 years of experience and training, I am the only qualified candidate for sheriff. I'm William Bill Meade, Republican candidate for Magoffin County Sheriff. Thank you, and God bless.
Car wrecks, truck wreck, disability, workers' comp, slip and fall, wrongful death. Your case matters to you. Your case matters to us. Contact McFarland Tinker Law Office. With our combined experience of over 58 years, we're here ready to work for you.
It was true last week, true this week, it will be true next week. There's always new arrivals, and now they're for fall at the seasonal shop. They've got new fall shorts and more coming in soon, but they're already fully stocked on cello jeans and cutoffs, and they're now carrying Hornet football, hats, tees, and sweatshirts just in time for the season, and all proceeds go to the Magoffin County Quarterback Club, plus new Ridge and Holler designs, some that need no explanation, and a complete new line of fall baby clothes. And remember, they have baby and wedding registry. They also have a new line by Capri Blue where fashion meets fragrance. Amazingly pleasing scents across a line of candles, diffusers, soaps, lotions, and perfumes for home, car, and the bath. And do yourself a favor and don't even think about looking anywhere else for fall decorations inside and out before you stop by Fraser's Prater Drugs Seasonal Shop.
A quick COVID update for you this evening. I got an update from the Magoffin County Health Department on the availability of the bivalent vaccine, as well as an updated positivity rating, which has been announced today, as it is on each Monday.
As I was telling you last week when I showed you pretty much the same information that I have in front of you, but with a little bit of an update, the Magoffin County Health Department is yet to receive, as are all county health departments, any of the new bivalent vaccine. Federal funded or related pharmacies have been receiving those for quite some time. That in here in Magoffin County, we know, includes the pharmacies at Walgreens and Hope Family Medical Center. But any who did received a very small quantity because Kentucky was only allotted, I think, 5 million doses in that first round. So what they had, we believe, is pretty much already gone. However, Pete Shepard confirmed earlier today that they were able to place their order and they will have vaccine available. Right now, they believe most certainly next Tuesday, walk-ins will be welcome. This is for the Moderna bivalent vaccine, anyone 12 and older, and that will be next Tuesday, October the 4th, 9. And I have 9 till noon on your screen, but I think that is just 9 through their regular operating hours, and I'll have those in a reminder on your community calendar in just a few moments for another announcement. But nevertheless, and this, of course, after numbers have been going down in Magoffin County, we're glad to report last week, as I told you, we had a total of 34 after just the first and middle of August, getting back up into the 100s per week, and then finally going down. That as well, of course, appears to be the state trend, as I showed you on last week. And confirming that was the map, which was just updated on Friday, that showed still quite a bit of red, largely in the eastern Kentucky area. The week before, However, last Friday's map, as I showed you, and it'll flip to it here in just a few seconds, was dramatically less red and did not include Magoffin and Morgan counties in the red either. So that was the first time that we haven't been in the red here in Magoffin County in a number of weeks and months. With that said, another tracker, of course, in addition to the state map, is the positivity rating, which, as well as I told you, was updated today. The last report I had on the positivity rating was 16.29%. I believe that was last week, could be from the week before. Regardless, it has gone down dramatically, and today is down to 9.01. We're under 10%. I do not have the time frame, but it has been months since we have been. And that, of course, was the week before. That is last week's map, issued this past Friday, and as you saw, we went from 40-some counties in the red down to 20-some, and again, Magoffin, Morgan, and Elliott, and a little cluster there in the eastern Kentucky red zone, if you will, that are no longer in the red, and we're hopeful that numbers that we're seeing in Magoffin County, in our neighbors' counties as well, will continue to see fewer red counties in the next map issued this Friday. Again, positivity rating today, just a fraction, if that, over 9%. From there, let's go ahead and switch gears and go on over to tonight's Magoffin Farm Bureau Community Calendar, because it starts off with a reminder about flu shots, which you also need to consider getting. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 till 3. Fridays, 8 until noon. And they're giving, of course, on Tuesdays, of course, the vaccine. Fall into saving lives. The next Magoffin County Community Blood Drive, 1 week from today at the Sagersville First Baptist Church. Appointments are greatly appreciated. Walk-ins are welcome as well. Call or come by next Monday. Next week as well, on Thursday, an educational baby shower at the Magoffin County Health Department. All pregnant moms, all who have babies just 2 months of age or a little less, please register by calling the Magoffin County Health Department at 349-6212. You get a gift card for doing so, and a lot of great information when you get there. They hope to see you, and that's on Thursday. Next Friday night starts the Sagersville Oktoberfest. That will be movie night in the Ramey Park. They're showing Hocus Pocus at 8 o'clock. Free water and popcorn, by the way. And then that will be next week on the 10th. The next week, rather. On Monday, the 5K Pumpkin Run that evening at 5:30. And then on down to the 27th in the City Park, the big spooktacular like they had last year. All the businesses and folks setting up a wonderful, wonderful event. Noon to 4, and then a break, and then 5:30 to 8, and then trick-or-treat, of course, on the 31st. And the next flu clinic for our veterans is hosted by the Prestonsburg VA, but right here in Magoffin County at the Lloyd M. Hall Community Center in the DAV meeting room in the Henry Joseph Edition in the back. That is Thursday, October the 6th, 5 till 7, a week from this Thursday. Call Commander Lloyd Sager there if you have any questions. Sagersville High School Class of 75 celebrating on October the 8th, 7 to 11 at the Ramada Inn. Call classmates, let them know you're coming. They hope that you are. And let's see what else we have. Oh, I have another new announcement tonight to pass along. There it is here. And, of course, can you believe it's the 4th annual Walnut Festival is coming up, presented by the Royalton Community Council. This is October the 15th. We're a few weeks out, but start making plans now. They've got Don Rigsby headlining this year, Black Powder Express, the Evans Brothers, family fun, petting zoo, face painting, a lot of food vendors, a car show, and a whole lot of things to see and do. If you have any questions about being a vendor, call Janice Rao, 884-2031, or for vendors, you can as well call Marlene Howard at 496-7328. The Royalton Half Mountain Park, October the 15th, starting at 11 o'clock that morning. It's going to be a big one. Call me when you've got an announcement, birthday or anniversary or otherwise, and I'll be glad to pass it along. Funeral arrangements, as they are brought to you nightly by our friends at the Magoffin County Funeral Home. We now turn to those for this evening, beginning with 86-year-old Howard Harlow Back, who passed away Sunday at his home, survived by his son Sean, a sister, 2 grandkids, and 1 great-grandchild. Services to be held this Friday at 2 o'clock from the Sagersville Funeral Home. 85-year-old Jeanette M. Minix of Oakley in Sagersville passed away Sunday at the UK Hospital in Lexington. Arrangements in her honor are incomplete at this time, to be announced soon through the Magoffin County Funeral Home.
In all honesty, it has taken me since I was appointed mayor after Stanley Hurd suddenly resigned 11 years ago for the city's finances and operations to recover. There was literally $13,000 in the bank when it took $100,000 a month to operate. The waterworks was almost $300,000 in debt, and the power company was actually in the process of cutting off the electricity to the plant. Since then, we have a full-time police force, and they and our fire department have the vehicles and equipment they need to protect our families. I'm very proud of the job I've done, of how our city looks, our streets, our city park and buildings. And I know that every single cent during my administration has been accounted for and invested into Sayersville. And with a sincere gratitude for your support and help, I humbly ask you to re-elect me, James Pete Shepard, as your mayor. Thank you.
Banking from home or on the go has never been easier and will forever be an important and necessary part of life. And Sayersville National has been and will always be at the forefront of meeting and exceeding your financial needs and giving you the safest and most worry-free online and mobile banking so you can worry about the important things, like what's for dinner. They're there when you need them at the main and branch locations of the Sayersville National Bank.
Stop in at Prohibition today. We have hot coffee, iced coffees, frappuccinos. If you're not a fan of coffee, we have non-coffee beverages like Freshies or Red Bull Kickers. Stop in today for a pup cup, whipped cream and dog treats designed specifically for your pup to make their tails wag. Try our delicious donuts from Gracefully Made Donuts, cheesecake and brownies from our local cheesecake lady, and an assortment of other delicious pastries from Rutabaker's Bakery in Moorhead. Stop in or drive through. We're open till 8 p.m. every day, located on the Parkway next to Appalachian Smoke.
Parkway Pharmacy, as always, promises the quickest service with the very best care and prices, and to always have someone there to talk to when you have a question. With 3 pharmacists, curbside, drive-through, and call-ahead service. Parkway Pharmacy in Sayersville, 349-4400.
Where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
There's just no denying it. Some things you crave all year long, but some of those things you crave even more when the leaves start to change and fall and there's a chill in the air. And our famous fresh-baked chicken pot pies are at the very top of that list. They're a warm, tasty, delicious snack or a meal in its own perfect little box at your Sayersville Lee's Famous Recipe. Just as quick as one arrives, it feels like the next is already about to begin. And Conley Tire doesn't want you to start any of the driving seasons unprepared. Be safe and sound and get there with the best offers on the best tires by the best manufacturers. All with service you've grown to trust. Go to conleytire.net or stop by in Staffordsville to find out more. Or give them a call at 297-2424.
At Golden Law Office, our attorneys previously represented the nation's largest insurance and trucking companies, handling cases involving serious personal injury and death. We know their strategies, how they will defend the case, and what factors drive large settlements. The attorneys at Golden Law Office can use this inside knowledge to ensure your case is handled effectively and aggressively. Hiring Golden Law Office provides you with a strategic advantage. Call Golden Law Office today.
In local sports tonight, Magoffin County Hornets hosted the Pirates of Belfry on Friday night, where the Hornets literally came out on fire.
Indeed they did, and it wasn't just the cool entrance. It was this big play that started things off for Magoffin County, what it looked like early. Aiden Barnett goes deep and hurls this one from the 20 to the opposite 40 to Brock Montgomery for a fantastic grab. Montgomery down to the 20-yard line. But Belfry, being Belfry, quickly doused the flames for Magoffin County 2 snaps later. The interception puts the Pirates on the ball, and they wasted little time in scoring first. Belfry with the snap, with the throw, and the completion. And from just this side of midfield all the way home, Belfry did score, of course, the first 3 touchdowns before Magoffin County had their first answer. That's when Aiden Barnett keeps it and hammers his way from the 15 through and into the end zone, breaking the plane. And he and Ian McCarty made the 2-point conversion after look ever so easy, picking up their first 8 points. Adding another 6 before the night was over against Belfry. 51-14 was your final score. The boys from Magoffin County sitting on 2 wins right now. Belfry dealing them their 4th loss of the season. They're 0-2 in Class 3A football and 0-2 in their district. They are on the road the rest of the regular season. 4 games left, 4 road trips ahead. The first will not be this Friday night. It will be next Friday night. Their off week is this Friday night. That's when they have Meet the Hornets set at the football field. And they're back on the road at Floyd Central October the 6th. Turning over to Johnson Central and the Golden Eagles, their off week was last week. So they, after taking out Waverly, Ohio 54-7 week before last, are still looking at Clay County this Friday night. Kickoff set for, getting ahead of myself there, 7:30. Johnson Central and Coach Peck 3-2 right now. The Eagles weren't the only ones with an off week last week. Paintsville Tigers had one off as well. They had week before took out Knox Central at home 35-30. They've got 2 wins, 3 losses right now. Paintsville and the Tigers will be on the road this Friday night, traveling to Perry Central. Kickoff set for 7:30. And lastly, tonight in viewing area teams, let's talk about Lawrence County and the Bulldogs. We have a lot to talk about. Of course, we know that they put Magoffin County out 58-26 last week before last, and they only let East Carter score 26 this time to their 42 this past Friday night. Coach Short and his Bulldogs, 4 wins, 1 loss right now, 3-1 in Class 3A and 1-0 in their district. They are on the road, traveling to Boyd County this Friday night. Kickoff, of course, set for 7:30. Now, how about a little volleyball? Big night on Thursday. The Lady Hornets took out June Buchanan here at home 3-0. That is the third big win for the Hornets. They're about 2/3 of the way through their volleyball season, and they are actually on the court now at Martin County. We'll let you know how that one turns out there on the road. The next 3 games, they'll be back on the 4th of October, hosting Morgan County and then Pierrest the following day. The only 2 home games left on the volleyball schedule. I started off on a good note because the very first thing I referred to was your Licking Valley RAC 7-day, which means I'm going to end on one as well. Yeah, we don't have as many forecasts like this as we would all love. I mean, a lot of folks sad, and I'm one of them. The summer's gone, but you just can't beat weather like this. 45 degrees tonight, mostly clear. Yes, some winds, a brisk out of the southwest, anywhere from 3 to 15, 16 miles per hour today. Those will start to wane here a little bit during the overnight and then pick back up again tomorrow. We'll see mid-60s for your Tuesday, right at 65 we expect. Nighttime lows a little lower tomorrow night, down to about 41. It will be sunny and beautiful tomorrow. Winds will be more out of the west, up to 10, 20 miles per hour at times. So another breezy, beautiful, sunny fall day in the neighborhood and for a lot of eastern Kentucky. Midweek, low 60s, 62, 43, your high, your low, sunny. Not much to say. Sunny and mostly clear. The winds are going to calm down and it will be a little more mild and just beautiful on your Wednesday. Then we knock it back up or crank it back up a notch or 2 on your Thursday. We'll hit mid-60s, 65, 66. Winds still gone. Partly cloudy that night and a low of 45. That's about as beautiful of a fall forecast you could have. If you haven't noticed, leaves are falling with these winds and certainly starting to change. Enjoy it. It will be gone before you know it. Friday, still sunny and beautiful, and then we get into the upper 60s and hang out there for several days. Friday, 69 and 52. Now, with that, yes, we've got some shower chances. Very minor. No storm chances, just some light shower chances. 20 to 30, 40%. Right there across the board. That's not bad. 69 Friday and Saturday and Sunday. Nighttime lows a little more comfortable in the low 50s. Monday of next week, I think we'll get back into the 70-degree range, still under a lot of sunshine and still only a slight chance of some showers looming. And looming is even a strong word at this point. Beautiful. And that's it, just getting started. A lot of things coming up here in the future, and a lot of them making headlines, and a lot of that I hope you'll be here for when I see you starting next time. Good night, good Monday. Thank you for being a part of the show.